Hi, this is Tracy Bean, and I'm sitting here today with Representative Lynn Finnegan. She is the House Minority Leader. And Lynn, we just want to ask you a couple of questions here.
Sure.
What are your thoughts in terms of the economy, the state of Hawaii's economy?
The state of Hawaii's economy, as we all know, is in a very sensitive position right now. Our resources have really gone down, and what we need to do at this point in time is look towards the future and how we can rebuild our economy. And we're at a crossroads where it's either going to be in balancing the budget, either raising taxes or cutting spending. I think what you'll find with the Hawaii Republicans is that we're looking at, just like any other family out there, is that you have to live within your means. So as much as possible to stay away from tax increases, because we think that that will affect our economy recovering.
So specifically, in regards to what's happening in the legislature today, what are Hawaii's Republicans doing to offset the economic shortfall?
What you'll find is Governor has submitted her balanced budget, or her supplemental budget, that speaks of different areas that we're going to cut in the different departments. As you know, we've gone through, for the 2009 to 2010 budget, there's been what's called reductions in force and furloughs that helped us to kind of curb our spending. We are also looking at ways that we can preserve as many services as we can, but look at operating efficiently, and just doing a better job in government. And I think for the most part, the people of Hawaii, when they see government operate, they understand that there are still ways that we can cut, and that
Exactly.
we're not at the point of just saying, okay, let's do a broad-based tax increase, or we're just going to open it up to tax increases. So I think that we have the responsibility right now to look through, and we're at that point in the legislature, where we can take a look at everything and say, as this session goes by, that day by day we're looking at areas where we can try to protect the constituency, the voters, the people of Hawaii from as many tax increases as possible.
So, and we do know that a lot of the bills that we're seeing being proposed in today's legislature has to do with tax increases or fee increases.
Yes.
And as Republicans, you stand as representatives really of the people and saying, let's hold back on some of this and let's look at ways to increase the efficiency of government rather than just continuing to feed that monster, so to speak.
Well, one of the interesting things is we're faced with a $1.2 billion shortfall in the next biennium. So it is a very difficult and daunting task to try and balance the budget. And there may be some fees that we would have to increase. I'm not sure. Taxes that we may have to increase. The bottom line is, without Republicans being here and speaking on behalf of Hawaii's people, that says, hey, we see that it's not just okay, make it easier on people, let's not cut services, let's not cut our spending, because we don't necessarily have a revenue problem. We're dealing with whatever is happening in the economy here in the state of Hawaii. What we have to do at this point in time is look at how we spend. Can we do better at what we spend? We are in the session right now where we haven't reviewed the budget yet. The House gets the budget first, and then we pass it on to the Senate. So we're at the portion, we're at the time period where we have to wait and see. So basically what's happening is the Republicans are passing forward all the different options. But what we're finding is, until we actually see where the Democrats are going to go with the budget, we're unable to see whether or not it's a true depiction of whether or not we need tax increases. So it's kind of like this waiting and seeing, because the Democrats, who are in the majority, are pushing forward the first budget, and until we know what that says, we can't really say that we're gonna axe out certain bills.
So as far as you're concerned right now, how is what's happening in our economy today going to affect the people of Hawaii in real terms?
I think what's happening is that people already realize it. I'm sure many people realize it, that they personally have to tighten their belt. We have to tighten their belt. So what does that mean? Well, the private sector has already shouldered the brunt of this economy. They were the first to feel the cutbacks and the layoffs and the furloughs and all of that. And through that, that ended up being less tax revenues for the state. And so we're actually following suit of what's happening in the private sector. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why we're so strongly for protecting the private sector, protecting the people of Hawaii from tax increases, because we know that they've taken a lot of cuts already out there in the private sector. I think where we are today is that we will have to expect that government can't be the solution for everything. That in the past, when we had more money, we were able to give raises. We were able to do all of these, you know, things to improve services. Now we're going to be looking at trying to make things more efficient, as well as cutting back on some services. I believe that you cannot give everything that we did give in the time when things were good. Now that's one of the other things. I think the Democrats and Republicans see things as safety. You know, you always hear the safety net, and that we want to preserve the safety net. Well, I think Republicans define the safety net different than what the Democrats do. And that's what we're going to be toggling with when we're out there. As we're going through the session, I mean.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I thank you for all of the work that you do here at the legislature, and thank you for standing for the people of Hawaii. This was Lynn Finnegan, Representative Lynn Finnegan, House Minority Leader. And again, I'm Tracy Bean. Thank you so much for joining us today. And stand by for next week. We'll be uploading another video every Monday. Thank you.